I ran a webinar last week that booked leads while I was asleep. No live session, no manual follow-ups, no stitching 5 tools together, just one platform doing the whole thing. And then it did something I didn't expect. The moment it ended, it wrote my follow-up emails for me. Because for years, I thought running a webinar meant one painful evening in front of a camera and then chasing everyone afterward by hand. Turns out that's the old way. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I tested the whole thing on a free trial so you can follow along on yours.
Welcome. If you want to use AI without the confusion or technical overload, you're exactly where you need to be. Here, we turn powerful AI tools into simple, practical shortcuts you can use every day. Save time, boost productivity, and learn how to work smarter with clear step-by-step guidance.
Because here's what running a webinar normally looks like. You pick a tool just to go live. It streams. That's all it does. So you grab a second tool for the registration page, a third for the reminder emails, a fourth to hold the replay, a fifth to push everyone into your CRM, and every one of them charges you separately. Then the day comes. Half your signups forget to show. The ones who show, you lose track of. The replay link goes out late, and the follow-up, you send it manually. If you remember, you didn't run a webinar. You ran 5 tools taped together and hoped. And the worst part? You never really know what worked because the data is scattered across 5 dashboards that don't talk to each other. There had to be a better way. This is WebinarNinja, the best webinar platform for generating leads, growing sales, and teaching better. And the reason it stands out isn't one flashy feature. It's that it replaces the whole taped together stack. The webinar, the registration pages, the emails, the leads, all in one place. It's part of the ProProf suite. Over 30,000 businesses use it. More than 3 million webinars delivered. And it's rated 4.8 out of 5 across 900 plus reviews. So this isn't some brand new experiment. It's proven infrastructure. And you can test the entire thing on a 14-day free trial before you pay for anything. Most webinar tools pick a lane. Some only do live. Some only do automated replays. Some are just meeting apps wearing a webinar costume. WebinarNinja does all of it under one roof. I found 4 webinar types: live, in real time, automated, running on a schedule while you sleep, series for multi-session training, and hybrid, live and pre-recorded blended together. Plus you can charge for any of them. Paid webinars run natively through Stripe with no extra fees from WebinarNinja, and live sessions scale up to 1,000 attendees. Automated ones, unlimited. But that's not even the part that got me. The part that got me is what wraps around every session. Branded registration pages, automated reminders before the event, replay delivery within seconds of ending, follow-ups triggered by what people actually did. That's not a webinar tool. That's a lead funnel that happens to host a webinar. So I set one up from scratch to test the in-minutes claim. I picked a format. I chose automated so it could run without me. Named the webinar. Uploaded my recording, and a branded registration page generated itself. No coding, no separate page builder. Then I set the email sequence, confirmation on sign up, reminders before it starts, replay link after. I flipped on the interactive tools, chat with private messaging, Q&A with upvoting so the best questions float to the top, polls I could launch live, and a timed offer that pops up at the exact moment I choose. Then I connected it to my email list. It plugs into HubSpot natively, MailChimp, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, AIVISOR, and over 1,000 more apps through Zapier. One thing I want to flag here because it matters more than it sounds. There's nothing to install. Attendees just click a link and join from any browser. Desktop, tablet, phone, iOS, or Android. No app download. No, please update your software. No one missing your webinar because the install failed. And that was it. The whole thing was live in a few minutes. So I pushed it into something real. I built an evergreen automated webinar for a fictional online course. The idea, someone lands on the page at 2 in the morning, signs up, watches, and gets followed up with all without me touching anything. I dropped in my recorded session, set the schedule so it runs on repeat, and timed a special offer to appear near the end with a countdown. Then I registered as a fake attendee to watch it happen from the other side. The confirmation email hit instantly. The reminder came before the session, and when I joined, the automated session felt live. The chat prompts fired on cue. The offer popped up right when it should. And while it ran, the AI was quietly captioning the whole thing in real time. The second it ended, I had a full searchable transcript, no scrubbing through a replay to find one line. Then it did the thing that actually surprised me. That's the part I didn't see coming. The moment the session closed, the AI generated a whole content pack from it. A blog post, a follow-up email sequence, social media snippets, one webinar turned into a week of content without me writing a word. If you've ever finished a webinar and then stared at the recording, wondering how to turn it into content, this erases that entire step. Then I opened the AI Performance Coach. It reviewed my session against high conversion frameworks and handed me specific fixes. Where my pitch dragged, where the offer landed too late, where I lost attention, like having a conversion consultant look over every webinar at no extra cost. Then I checked the analytics. And this is where most tools stop short. It didn't just tell me who showed up. It showed me who registered, who attended, who watched the replay, who clicked the offer, and who bought. The whole journey. One dashboard. That's the whole point. Most tools tell you a webinar happened. This one tells you which humans turned into leads. Now, I'll be honest about one moment. The first time, I rushed the email setup and my reminder went out with the wrong timing. That was me, not the tool. 2 clicks to fix. Still, from idea to a self-running lead machine in one sitting, that used to be a 5-tool project. Now I want to touch on something creators usually skip: reliability. Because a webinar tool that glitches during your one live event costs you the whole event. WebinarNinja runs on AWS and IBM hosted servers. It's SOC 2 Type 2 certified. Video runs on WebRTC, basically zero delay HD streaming, daily backups, monitored data centers. You don't see any of this when it's working. That's the point. It just runs. And if something does go sideways, there's 24/7 support, phone, chat, and email. Not a ticket you file and wait 3 days on. For a tool your business actually runs on, that's the difference between a platform and a gamble. What I liked most is that everything lives in one place. The webinar, the registration and thank you pages, the emails, the lead data. No more paying for 4 tools and praying they sync. The format flexibility is the real strength. Live when you want the energy. Automated when you want it running without you. Hybrid when you want both. Series when you're running a full multi-session course. The AI genuinely pulls weight here. Real-time transcripts. A content pack the second you finish. A coach telling you how to convert better next time. That's work that normally eats your whole week after a webinar. And the funnel thinking is baked in. It's clearly built by people who care about leads, not just streaming. There's also a course platform, Course Ninja, bundled in for free. So if you teach, your webinars and your courses live in the same ecosystem. That alone replaces another subscription most creators are already paying for. So who's this actually for? If you're a coach, a course creator, or a marketer, and your webinars exist to generate leads and sales, this is built exactly for you. If you're a consultant or a SaaS founder running the same webinar on repeat, the automated format plus the performance coach is almost unfair. If you're running Evergreen funnels and you're tired of duct taping tools together, this is the fix. Now, if you're hosting a massive 5,000 person virtual summit with custom stages and networking lounges, that's a different kind of platform and you'll want something heavier. But for businesses, marketers, consultants, and coaches who want leads in, sales out, and no tool juggling, this handles the whole job. Here's what actually changed for me. I stopped thinking of a webinar as an event. I started thinking of it as a machine. You build it once, it runs, it captures, it writes the follow-up. It tells you how to do it better, and you go do something else while it works. That shift is bigger than any single feature. A webinar used to be a day I lost. Now it's a system that works while I don't. You can try Webinar Ninja using the link in the description. There's a 14-day free trial with full access, so you can build your first funnel before you commit to anything. If you want to go deeper, there's also a free 30-day automated webinar challenge that walks you through building one step by step. I'll drop that link too. And if you want me to break down the exact automated webinar setup I used here, drop a comment and let me know. New AI and automation tool review every week. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it.